It's become an integral part of the day-to-day fabric of our company very quickly. It's hard to see how you could have this tool and it not become really important. It was when I learned that it tied to the check is when I was like, whoa, that's mind blowing. That the customer is going to review the specific items that they ate, and that the check is integrated with, and that Yumpingo is so integrated. We use Toast, and I assume that you integrate with lots of other platforms, and it works just as well. So I can't speak to that, but the integration with Toast is perfect. And so the fact that that we were getting reviews from a food perspective on specific dishes was what got me really interested. So the way we use it right now is we basically are focusing on the food score, and what we learned very quickly, and it sounds so obvious, but the NPS, the Net Promoter Score, first and foremost is going to be driven by the food. If the food's not good, people aren't going to recommend it. You got to have, that's like the baseline. It's really interesting where you have, and your dashboard is really good, and very intuitive, and it's become an integral part of how we do business. It's becoming a real factor in how we do business every day. What I will say is, you buy tools, and some of them a year later, you're like, oh man, what am I spending my money on? And it didn't do quite what we thought it would. What is impressive about Yumpingo is the amount of reviews we get and the amount of data we get. It's almost like impossible not to deal with it. In certain restaurants, it's interesting. It's different managers. They see that and they're like, well, I can fix this, right? I haven't focused on this. Now I can get my servers to ask every table if they have an allergy, and then when I get the feedback to the specific server isn't doing it, I go back to that server and I say, listen, we gotta ask if you need allergies. And so if there are any allergies at the table. And so that's a very specific example of where we have gotten much better as a company, and it's very specific and actionable. The interesting thing is the items that sell well and get bad reviews. It's been a real tricky thing to deal with. Because your data is broken out by visual, taste, portion, and value, you get good insights into specific dishes. Like our fish and chips, we immediately changed the recipe when we started with Yumpingo. Like we saw immediately that we had a problem that we had no idea about. So it is a powerful tool, and what surprises me in the beginning and continues to surprise me is how many people fill it out, and how little negativity we get for dropping the device in the first place. I mean, we're sort of a mid-scale restaurant, but I would think my guests might have a problem with it. Just dropping a digital survey, and some do, and we've had a few, but by and large, not very little. And one of my directions and how we do it is we're very subtle about asking for feedback. We have a very defined script of how we drop the device, and we're not begging for feedback. We're using it as a check presenter right now, and we're saying, thank you very much. Your check is enclosed. There's a quick digital survey if you feel like it. I'll be right back to take payment.